Guys, there's a time in everyone's life where they are forced to make some tough decisions. For instance, I need to be in Nashville, Tennessee by this time tomorrow morning, and that means I can either book a last-minute flight, sit on a plane for maybe an hour, or I can make the 9.5-hour drive from Raleigh to Nashville just so I can hit Tail of the Dragon. And if you don't know what Tail of the Dragon is, back-to-back chicanes through the Blue Ridge Mountains, uninterrupted S-curves, no stop signs, absolutely beautiful drive, but very technical, very rewarding. But the thing that was keeping me up all of last night was the age-old question, what is more important, the journey or the destination? And as my great friend and mentor Brad Pitt once said, I think the most important thing is the company. And I couldn't agree more. And that's why today, you guys, me, this GR86, and that cow are gonna be giving this dragon tail some back shots. Let's run it. Well guys, I am through Tail of the Dragon. Just wanted to do a quick kind of retrospective towards the end of the day here. I'm about 2 hours out from Nashville, so through the mountains already. Had a great time. I would absolutely do this again and highly recommend this trip to anybody who's looking at driving, you know, any part of the Dragon, back of the Dragon, tail of the Dragon. Super fun. It's gonna make you a better driver, I'll tell you that. I was white knuckling the steering wheel the whole time. I was surprised how much it takes out of you. Like, I was tired afterwards. I was like coming down from an adrenaline rush, but really cool roads, absolutely beautiful. Everybody is staying by like the pace of play. I mean, everyone's pushing their vehicles out there. So one thing that I did like is if there are, you know, larger trucks or SUVs who are taking it a little bit slower, everybody is taking advantage of like the little, you know, side areas where you can kind of pull off and get out of the way and let people pass. You know, I feel like everybody, if they see a group of bikers or like a sports car like right on their tail, they're taking advantage of those spots and letting people kind of go by, which is just super respectful. It's nice to see, you know, people being courteous about that sort of thing. Another thing I really liked is the amount of like media coverage that they have. I saw a ton of different like photographers set up in the woods. I'm gonna check the website later tonight and see if I do have any cool shots. If I do, I'll probably buy them and you'll see them right here. If not, that's okay. But really interesting lineup. It was a lot of bikers, a lot of Miatas, heavily modified Miatas, and then like stock C8 Corvettes, like nothing in between. This is like one end of the spectrum or the other. But I am here, you know, midday on a Thursday, so I'm sure that has something to do with it. It wasn't that busy. I'm sure a weekend, Saturday, Sunday would be a lot busier, but yeah, just really good experience. I think I lucked out with the weather. Didn't have any issues. The 8.6 was performing super well. I could smell my brakes by the end of it. I think I want to upgrade to larger discs and slotted rotors, maybe like a Brembo or a Willwood package. But I was smelling my brakes towards the end of it. I don't think they're warped or anything like that, but yeah, I found the limit of this car. So outside of that, handled super well, stayed super flat in the corners on these Tein Coilovers. So pretty happy with it. The other thing that's really cool, all of the shops and burger joints and motels that you see around Tail of the Dragon, the whole community really leans into the whole like tourist attraction type thing. So every single, you know, spot that you see along the road is you know, Dragon memorabilia and gift shops selling like shirts and hats and bumper stickers and license plates, things like that. Everyone was super nice. Really just an interesting community out here, like out in the mountains. Everybody really kind of leans into that, you know, motorsport sort of vibe. So just an awesome community. But like I said, I had a lot of fun. I would definitely do this again. I'm probably 2 hours from Nashville, so really didn't take too much time out of my trip to hit this spot. And I would highly recommend, if you're in the area, giving the Tail of the Dragon a shot. Otherwise, Back of the Dragon is super fun, but I think Tail of the Dragon is probably the most technically difficult set of roads anywhere in the eastern United States. So yeah, it was a good time. But like I said, I'm almost in Nashville now, so I will be spending the rest of this weekend meeting up with some college buddies and old friends who moved out here, just being degenerates, shaking it in the club, getting blasted. So this kind of marks the end of the driving segment of this video. The rest is just going to be a montage of us, you know, going nuts in the streets. Unless for some reason we're like too drunk to film anything, in which case the video is probably going to end right here.